How's it going, ladies and Bruce? I'm Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Corpse Factory. It's time for us to pick up where we left off. We've had a choice now, which is always nice, although I don't think our friend likes us very much anymore. Let's see what happens next. Satori, she didn't show up for work either, so I guess we're in trouble. I mean, you know, no sign of Satori yet. What if she got held up?
It's not exactly professional to be late on your first day of work.
I grind my teeth and hope that Shinya can't sense my anxiety.
She'll be here.
I don't believe the bitter words that tumble out of my mouth. I send another message to Aoi's seemingly abandoned phone, not really expecting a reply.
Actually, she's not the only one absent. Tomoe isn't here either.
He doesn't need to tell me that. I've been watching her desk like a hawk ever since I came in this morning. There's a small surprise waiting for her in her top desk drawer, courtesy of yours truly. I've been eagerly anticipating her arrival for an hour now.
We had a late night last night, so I wonder if she woke up on time.
That's not very professional, Mr. Shinya. I taste something foul in my mouth. I don't really need Shinya's recap of his night with Tomoe.
Don't you have work to do?
Of course, I need to.
His vocalized thoughts trail off as he wanders away. I return my focus to the keyboard in front of me. As I type letters, scroll across my screen seemingly slower than usual. No Aoi, no Tomoe. The static drone of the office environment is just as loud as ever, but without those two here, something feels off. Aoi shouldn't be missing her first day of work. And say what you want about Tomoe. At the very least, she's punctual. For her to be this late is very unusual.
Kurosawa, a word, if you please.
Who the hell are you? A soft but sharp voice snaps me out of my thoughts. I look up to find a middle-aged woman standing over me, one hand beckoning in an intimidating fashion. Kotomi Aida, an executive who oversees a lot of the juniors on this floor. I deal with her a few times a week. She's a serious and critical person, but I've seen the warmer side of her when she chats with colleagues of her own level.
Miss Ida, did you need something?
Please, come with me.
I reluctantly rise from my chair and follow her through the office. She leads me to one of the glass-screened cubicles that line one wall of the offices, special spaces reserved for meetings and temporary workstations.
Take a seat.
I follow her instructions, sitting down in one of the bright and colourful plastic chairs that fill the small enclosure.
A new employee was supposed to start work today. Sato, an acquaintance of yours, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I've been trying to get in contact with her.
I see. You understand that it doesn't reflect well on Sato's character if she can't arrive on time for her first day of work, correct?
Obviously.
Yes, I understand. Believe me, it is very out of the ordinary for her to do something like this.
I'm sure. Fujikawa recommended Sato for the job based on your personal request. You need to be aware that since Fujikawa holds rank over you, he is the one who will be reprimanded for hiring an unsuitable employee. Now, I wouldn't go so far as to say that he will be punished. Rather, his recommendations will be denied for the foreseeable future. And any attempt he makes to climb the ladder, so to speak, will be vehemently refused by the other executives.
Yeah, so we ruined his life. My bad.
Isn't that a bit extreme? All of that because of one temp employee that didn't show up for work?
That's the way these things go. I've seen it dozens of times. The reason I'm telling you this is because you should feel some sort of responsibility to apologize to Fujikawa.
I had no idea. Honestly,
Enough. This isn't an open discussion. Apologize to Fujikawa, and see if he will find it in his heart to forgive you. And please advise him to seek employment elsewhere. I don't foresee his career with us flourishing anytime soon.
Jesus.
That's all.
Fucking brutal. Kotomi abruptly exits the cubicle and leaves me alone, sitting in a stupid-looking green plastic chair. I take some time to compose my thoughts before also walking out. I don't know what to say to Shinya. I don't even know if I should say anything. Surely Kotomi's being a bit extreme and effectively halting Shinya's career at Temujin. This is because I recommended Aoi for the job. I feel like an idiot, and how was I to know that Aoi would prove unreliable? And still, it's far too extreme. Kotomi's out of line. Something else is at play here, I can feel it. Maybe Kotomi wants Shinya gone for her own reasons, but I can't imagine why. He's a junior employee and not exactly the type to step on anyone's toes and make enemies. It doesn't sound like it was her decision exclusively. It's not up to Tomoe, it's up to all the executives, right? I return to my desk in a bit of a huff and slump in my swivel chair. My eyes fall on the empty can of coffee next to my computer screen, and I begin to wish that I'd purchased more than one this morning. Glancing over the top of my screen, I can see that Tomoe still hasn't arrived. Maybe I'll have to wait until tomorrow for her to find the gift that I left for her. I'm sure she'll love it. Is it a dead rat or something? I don't enjoy my walk home through the park this evening as much as I normally do. There are too many things weighing on my mind. Aoi, Tomoe, Shinya, and Tomoe. Why is it that I'm increasingly finding myself drawn into office drama? I don't want to deal with any of it. I just want to pursue my own goals. You mean killing people? Working at the office is a means to an end, a way to keep a roof over my head, and have the money to achieve Corpse Guild's ambitions. If I could quit, I would, but I can't. Not just yet. I wonder if I could monetize Corpse Guild services. Users could pay a fee to request a death, or I could even just accept donations. But I get the sinking feeling that asking for money would reduce the amount of requests I get. I feel like it would make you easier to track by the police. The number of requests coming in is already depressingly low. If I reduce it any further, I'd be in trouble. As I draw closer to my apartment building, my phone cries out for attention. I bring it to my ear with a swift hand.
Aoi? Noriko, what's the deal? I've been trying to get in touch with you all day. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't bring myself to come into the office.
I hope you know you've ruined Shinya's career.
Yeah, well, I gathered that. Tell me why. You know, just the stuff I normally have to deal with. For real? What are we talking about here? Stalkers? Or your own battles? I left the apartment twice. I really did. But I had to go back inside each time because it didn't feel right. I had to check a few things and then check again, and in the end, I gave up and laid in bed. I must have fallen asleep because when I looked at the time, it was already late.
I sigh angrily and hope that Aoi doesn't hear me.
Alright. It sounds like you had a rough day. I'm sorry, but the situation isn't great. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? I don't think they'll be happy with you if you come in tomorrow. If I were you, I'd write a polite letter of resignation and just forget about the job. Shinya's been kind of thrown under the bus because of this. Shinya? Why? I'm not too sure myself. Since he got you the job, I suppose he was somewhat responsible for you. But because you didn't come in, it sounds like his career's in real jeopardy. Oh God. Oh no! Take a breath. You didn't know something like this would happen. I didn't either.
Kind of obvious, but sure.
I think this one exec has it out for him or something because it's too much of an overreaction. I can't believe it. I never wanted to cost him his job. I know. You didn't mean for this to happen. Look, I'll try and smooth things out a little. I'll talk to Shinya tomorrow. You need to look after yourself right now, okay? Promise me you'll just take it easy tonight and relax. Okay. Forget this ever happened. Noriko will look after everything. Thank you, Noriko. Okay. Get some rest. Talk to you soon, Aoi.
Man, I'm pissed at Aoi.
Bye-bye.
I end the call with a heavy heart. I don't actually have any idea what to do. When it comes to Aoi, I've always felt obligated to just tell her everything, anything that will help her feel better. If I could actually follow through with my words and genuinely make things better for her, then, well, maybe we'd have a bit of a different relationship than we do now. But I probably missed my opportunity for that a long time ago. In senior high school, I was never really, truly understanding of her, and that cost me too much. Things are different now, of course. I've seen what she goes through. I'd like to think I understand her a lot more now. My feelings for her are true, and not muddled in sympathy or pity. If this is a different life, and I hadn't made all those stupid mistakes, I'd be happy to be with her. But now, the best I can hope for is if she wants to remain friends with me. And that'll have to be enough to satisfy me.
Yo.
Aw, man. That voice. A trickle of icy sweat drips down my spine. In the near distance, sitting on the bench close to the park's exit, is an easily recognizable figure.
Come here.
I freeze in my tracks. My body wants to keep walking, to reach the familiar safety of my home, but my brain is engaging its fight or flight mode. Torn between my options, I find myself completely stationary.
Come on, I won't hurt you.
Tomoe.
There's no doubt in my mind that she's been waiting for me here all afternoon. She knows my route home. That's obvious since I last encountered her and Shinya in this very same park. I can't help but tense up as she leaps off the bench and approaches me.
You're into weird shit, right? Like, occult stuff?
Maybe? Is that what you came here to ask me?
Nah, just listen, okay? I wanted the opinion of someone freakier than me.
She really knows how to flatter a girl.
It's kinda dumb, you know, but have you heard of that Corpse Girl website thing?
Who does she think she's talking to? More importantly, how should I respond?
I've heard rumors.
Yeah, right? I heard rumors too, so I checked it out. I thought the whole thing was really funny. Like, could it be for real? Anyway, maybe I kinda used it to request a death.
Is that so?
Our death? Tomoe has pretty much straight up admitted that she was the one who requested my death. After all, I know exactly how many requests come through the site. The latest one had to have been from her.
Yeah, and, well, you know how the site works, right?
Fill me in.
All you do is put in a photo of a bitch and her phone number. Then she's supposed to drop dead. Simple as that. Thing is, no one knows how it works. Or if it works, actually.
Right. Okay, so you requested somebody's death, and what happened?
Well,
This is it. This is where she admits that she uploaded my photo. I've caught her red-handed.
you see, the dumb bitch went and died.
I blink a few times. I'm positive I didn't hear that right.
What did you say?
The chick whose photo I uploaded. She's deader than a doorknob.
It's gotta be the boss lady from the office. The exec that dropped dead. Who was Tomoe referring to? My mind is racing frantically, scanning through the list of Corpse Girls victims over the past few months. The only people who have died recently are Akane Tsurumaki and Aichi Hanada. It's gotta be Akane. Tomoe is talking about a female, so that rules out Aichi. Then there's Ruri Hatsuno. But she died such a long time ago. Last year, in fact. Surely Tomoe wasn't the one who requested her death. It was way too long ago for her to bring it up now. That leads me to believe the only person Tomoe could be talking about is Akane Tsurumaki. And she works in the same building, of course it's her. I'd take a genius. Or if somebody else died. Somebody I never found out about. That's impossible. I've been so thorough in searching for the results of my work. The only victim that Tomoe could be talking about is Akane. But wait, no, that still can't be right. Tomoe requested my death. Somebody. Tomoe uploaded my photo to Corpse Girls' website just recently. I take a deep breath, swallow hard, and open my mouth.
Tomoe, what you're saying is really serious. Are you sure this person died?
Yep, no doubt. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. If you're good with this occult junk, how do you think she died from a website? Do you reckon my request really killed her? 'Cause I don't really want this shit on my conscience, you know?
Probably should have thought about that. Just saying.
I don't know what to say.
Come on. I was only really joking around with the website. Didn't think for a second that it could really work. But now, this bitch is cold in the ground, and I can't sleep at night. Keeping Shinya close is the only thing making me calm lately.
Tomoe seems to be showing a little remorse, which I didn't think she had in her. If she thought the website was a joke, then fair enough. It's only natural that she'd want to play around with it. Then again, I'm kind of offended that she figured the whole thing was a fake. Corpse Girl has worked too damn hard to be considered a joke. But I want to get to the bottom of this. I need to find out whose death Tomoe requested. And more importantly, the question of who requested my own death remains unanswered.
Tomoe, what's the name of the person you requested to die?
Her name? Oh, you might know her. It was that skank from our office, Akane Tsurumaki.
Well, duh. Akane Tsurumaki. Sure enough, she's well and truly dead. Tomoe isn't wrong in believing that the website killed Akane. Tomoe once posted on Noise about wanting to try the website, and she was waiting to find someone to try it on. If I recall correctly, the request for Akane's death came through Corpse Girl's website shortly after I read that post. Perhaps Tomoe made the request on the very same day. So then Tomoe was the one responsible. I assumed the person who requested Akane's death was someone in our office, but I never figured it'd be a junior data entry temp like Tomoe. How did Tomoe even know Akane? I can't see how their paths would have crossed in such a large office building.
Yo, Psycho, you in there?
I snap out of my thoughts and meet Tomoe's dead-eyed gaze.
Your professional opinion, can a website really kill someone?
Yes. I'm torn between giving two replies. I could state that I believe the website worked and therefore help increase Corpskill's credibility, or I could play it safe and make sure I'm not suspected of any involvement. Coward that I am, I decide to play it safe.
No, absolutely not. A website can't kill someone.
Oh, come on, I'd say yes just to torture fucking Tomoe, let alone, you know, progressing our own ends.
Yeah, I figured. Guess it's just a coincidence that she died. You reckon I'm not guilty then? I didn't really want the bitch dead anyway. I was just mucking around.
Yeah, you're not guilty.
Thank God. That's a real weight off my elbows, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Elbows?
I sure as shit won't mess around with sites like that again, though. I'm gonna play it real straight from now on. I gotta get my life together. I got a man to look after now.
Yeah, she seems happy with that.
Right. Well, good luck with that. I need to get home.
All I want right now is to get back and figure out who the hell uploaded a photo of me to the website. My mind is reeling and I'm not in the right headspace to listen to Tomoe's drivel any longer.
Hey, for what it's worth, which ain't much. Thanks. Thanks for putting my mind at ease. I know we ain't always seen eye to eye, and, well, nah. That's about it for now.
For a fleeting moment I imagined that she was about to apologize for assaulting me last week. That possibility disappeared from my mind almost as it had appeared.
See you tomorrow.
She waves almost sheepishly and wanders back through the park in the direction that I came from. Right, time to go home. I can't relax until I know who requested my death. If it wasn't Tomoe, then this situation could be a lot more serious than I originally thought. If it wasn't because of my petty squabbles with her, then someone really wants me dead. Oh. Owie. That's my guess still. I can't sleep. It must be past 3 AM. Countless hours have passed since I started trying to figure out who requested my death. I've run through every possible candidate and their potential reasons 1,000 times. I've replayed every encounter I've ever had with every person I've ever met, and I'm drawing a blank. I don't know who wants me dead. I'm not so vain to think that everybody likes me. I'm sure a hell of a lot of people don't like me very much at all. But does anyone not like me enough to want me dead? To nominate me for Corpskill to claim as her prey? I take little solace in the fact that my life isn't actually in danger. Corpskill's victims are only brought low by my hand. Though my convictions are strong, and I never refuse a request, taking my own life is absolutely out of the question. This is the one and only request I will ever refuse, and it's not for the sake of my own life, but rather for the sake of Corpskill's continued existence. I will not let her die and be buried with me. However, now that I've eaten of the knowledge that somebody genuinely wants me dead, I can't cure my upset stomach. No amount of mental reassurance will quell the sickness rising inside of me. The top candidates are, of course, those closest to me. I've crossed Tomoe off the list. Her relief at knowing Akane Tsurumaki's death wasn't her fault convinced me that she wouldn't make the mistake of messing with the website twice. And the fact that she came to me for reassurance, well, it's safe to say that she's not the person I'm looking for. I mean, she has no friends. So that leaves the people I deal with on a daily basis. Aoi Sato, my best friend since junior high, and the first person I ever fell for. She rejected me gracefully during senior high, so gracefully that we still remain friends to this day. Would she want me dead? It's doubtful. She wouldn't even report his stalker, a guy who she's apparently related to the police because she didn't want him arrested. Then there's Shinya Fujikawa, another acquaintance from school, and now my co-worker. He's even gone so far as to call us friends now that we're connected on noise. But we kind of cost him his job. So maybe. I've never been romantically interested in him, but I was under the false impression that he had feelings for me. He's a wannabe detective, but he doesn't have the competence to follow in his father's footsteps. He doesn't strike me as the type who would want someone dead, let alone go through with requesting someone's death. Still, quiet, guarded people like him can really surprise you. When you take those three out of the equation, the people I deal with daily are very few. There are the higher-ups and execs at work like Kotomi Ida, but our dealings are so short and simple that I'm sure I barely even register on their radar. If I extend my list of candidates to include people that I don't deal with regularly, but who are technically still part of my life, then the list gets a little more interesting and harder to narrow down. Kenji and Momo Ogawa, the father and daughter living in my apartment building, they're sweet, kind, and considerate. Couldn't imagine they'd want to kill me unless I'm really using up too much of their internet bandwidth, and they just can't take it anymore. There's my elder sister, of course, Yuriko Kurosawa. We haven't talked in over a year at least. She's scum. We're probably not the type to randomly elect her own sister for death. Probably. She's on parole, so I have to believe she wouldn't do anything to jeopardize her freedom. And there's Mother, Asuna Kurosawa. She's simply not in a position to submit my details to Corp Skills website. My struggling brain can't think of anyone else currently in my life. I have a very small social circle, it's true, and the people that fill my noise newsfeed have either already been named on this list, or from such a small, long ago part of my life that they wouldn't even remember I exist anymore. And then suddenly, and without warning, a face pops into my mind with startling clarity. That guy from the library. Kojiro, wasn't it? Kojiro, with no surname? He was bizarre, eccentric, didn't seem like the type of person that gets outside much, kinda like me, I suppose. His eyes were so clear it was unnerving. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, but I couldn't see anything of substance through his lenses. Out of everyone I've mentally listed, he seems like the person most capable of taking someone's life. That's a biased opinion, based on little to no knowledge of him. It's just the impression he gives. However, I have to ask myself, would he want me dead? Me? A person he met one time at the library? In addition, the photo of me that was uploaded to my website was from the Temujin corporate system. It's the very same picture I wear on my ID tag. How would Kojiro have accessed it? If he was going to upload a photo of me, he would have found my noise profile and used an image of one of my albums. There aren't too many photos of me on there, but there are enough to identify me. The guy is suspicious, but I don't think he's the one I'm looking for. Yet I can't get his face out of my mind. On a whim, I snatch up my phone from the bed from beside me and unlock the screen. The bright light shines like a beacon in the darkness and nearly blinds me, but I squint and navigate to the noise app. Kojiro. He told me his noise tag, didn't he? If I can remember it, it'll save me the hassle of having to look through hundreds of profiles with the same name just to find him. What was it? At Kojiro? No, too simple. At Koji something. I start to type different variations until an auto-predicted result pops up. Koji. That's the one. I tap the result and instantly arrive at his profile. The info on his About Me section is pretty vague, but judging by the display photo, I'm certain this is the right guy. At Koji. Just your average guy, taking my days one day at a time. Introvert. Anti-social, anti-establishment, anti-everything. Lol. I like peanut butter though. I scroll through his feeds and see that he hasn't posted anything for quite some time. His most recent post is from about a year ago, and it's just an updated version of his display picture, where he has cropped out a woman's face and body, so the focus is just on him. I open up a direct message to him and start typing. Hey, is this Kojiro from the library? It's Noriko. Kurosawa. Since it's past 3 AM, I'm not expecting a reply until I instantly receive a message in response. Hi, late night? He replied so quickly. I swallow and gather the nerve to ask him what's on my mind. Yeah, I can't sleep. Have you heard of Corp Skills website? The screen states that he's currently typing a message, but then the notification simply disappears and no message comes through. Is he ignoring me? Then... yes. Why is he typing in like part capitals, part not capitals? So he does know about the website. The question is, was he already familiar with it, or did he just look it up after I mentioned it? What are your thoughts? Is it real? Yes, love it. Big fan. I see, me too. Have you used it? No, well, no, not yet. Don't hate anyone enough. It's hard to get a sense of his emotions through his replies. I can't tell if he's being sincere or not. Wait, have you used it? Tell me. Tell me details. Does it work? No, I haven't used it, but it's popular in my office. I don't know why I wrote that or why I ended the message with a question mark. I shake my head and wait for a response. Okay, let me know if you use it. Might be work for me? Might be work for me? What does he mean by that? Work? Yes, I store cadavers. Dispose of later. I don't understand. Hospital morgue. Storage disposal. He works at a morgue? I noticed a strange smell on his clothes when we met. Now it makes sense. I gag a little and suppress the urge to vomit. So if someone dies, they get sent to you, even for like suicides and murders? Yes, all sorts. Worst are crash victims, have to mix and match limbs. Have you ever received a victim of Corp Skills website? Impossible to know. Maybe. Who can say? Have a name? A name? Can he look up the names of bodies he's received? Can you look up such a thing? Yes, cadavers are ID'd, mostly. Know a victim? Should I ask? Would that put me under suspicion of being associated with Corpse Girl? Hello? I can look now, at work. I start to nervously bite my fingernails. I know that I won't gain anything from finding out if he's dealt with any of the victims, but morbid curiosity tends to get the better of me. Sometimes I just have to know. Akane Tsurumaki. Okay, a second. No, correct spelling? I got a M Tsurumaki and Akane Tsurumi. That's not right. Close though. Okay, more names? Aichi Hanada. One sec. Yes, crash victim. Bad. I remember him. He's still here actually. Can't believe what I'm reading. Aichi Hanada ended up at Kojito's morgue, and he's still there? Really? How long do you store bodies? Depends. Up to 2 days for autopsy? No autopsy for him. No need. So he just sits here. Cold chamber. 31BB. If a family doesn't collect, then cremation. Is cremation what you mean by disposal? Yes, mostly. Friend of yours? Not exactly. But he's Corpse Girl victim? You said so. Well, I don't know. You said so. Interesting. I'll look at him again. Really? There's no need for that. It's okay, I won't tell. How'd you do it? I swallowed hard. What does he mean? Hello? How'd I do what? How'd you kill him? Oh shit. I've messed up, he knows. Kojito's figured out who I am. Well, duh. How would you know who the victims are? In a panic, I slam my phone down. I can hear the constant vibration against the bed as Kojito continues to message me. Shit. Shit. What do I do? Can I make something up to convince him that I'm not the one responsible for Aichi's death? Will he even buy it? By not responding to him straight away, I've probably inadvertently proven my own guilt. I pick up my phone between my trembling thumb and forefinger. I hold it delicately, as though it had suddenly become some sort of evidence that I don't want covered in my fingerprints. In a way, it's completely true. I stare at the messages from Kojito. Hey, you there? Hello? I better reply. I have to say something. Maybe, just maybe, I can throw him off my trail. Just say someone at your work. You said it was popular at your work, so just say someone at your work requested their death and told you about it. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't kill anyone. Not exactly, hello. Yeah, true. Corpse Girl killed them. No name entry on Corpse Girl's website. But you knew his name, and you knew he died. Ergo, you requested his death. Wait, this is good. This is far better than believing I'm Corpse Girl. He thinks that I'm just some fan of the website that submitted a request. I have to run with this. I can't let him know the actual truth. Okay, you got me. I used the website to request his death. Ha! Wow, mad. So the site is real. Amazing. This is exciting. Are you happy he's dead? I decided to take a leaf out of Tomoe's book and act more innocent than I really am. Not really, I just made the request on a whim to see what would happen. I didn't think it would really work. Wow, so you didn't hate the guy? Aichi? No, I never even met him. Just found his photo on the internet. Incredible. Corpse Girl kills with just a photo? Doesn't even need a name. Wonder how many other Vics I got here. Lol. Have to go. Clocking off soon. Talk later. Kojito's status immediately changes to offline. I breathe a sigh of relief. I think he bought the lie. Surely I'm in the clear. But this whole conversation was an exercise in stupidity. I nearly shot myself in the foot because of my own insatiable curiosity. I shouldn't have contacted Kojito at all. The only positive thing to come out of this is learning that Kojito works at the hospital morgue. I could potentially take advantage of this, but my sleep-deprived brain can't quite work out how. More photos of dead people? Well, I can't dwell on that. I can dwell on that later. For now, I need to sleep. You need photos of dead people to work your magic, so there's that. My alarm erupts with a shrieking scream and scares me awake. My eyes don't open immediately, and instead I find myself tossing and turning, trying to bury my face in my pillow. I can't have had more than 2 hours of sleep, and now it's already time to get up and go to work. How the hell am I going to function today? That's how I feel every day. I drag my heavy body from the bed and slide into a pair of slippers resting on the floor. With a yawn and a stretch, I leave my bedroom. I stand in the kitchenette connected to the living room for a few moments, completely absent-minded. I open the refrigerator and stare blankly at the dismal contents. A small tub of peach yogurt sits on the top shelf, and a half-empty jug of oolong tea rests at the bottom. I grab the yogurt and peel off the lid. Without even fetching a spoon, I simply pour a little into my mouth. I consume about half of the tiny portion and wipe my mouth before throwing the leftovers in the trash can. That'll be enough to spike my energy for the morning. When you normally run on an empty stomach, any amount of calories can work as a pick-me-up. I make a mental note to collect 2 or 3 cans of coffee from the convenience store on the way to work. They should carry me through the rest of the day. The rest of the early morning is spent applying makeup and getting dressed. I'm out the door the same time as every other day. And with that, I think we need to wrap this episode up. Because we're out of time for today, but it was interesting to find out that Tomoe wasn't the one who requested our death. I still think it's Aoi though. As I mentioned earlier, I don't know why. I mean, Shinya has a motive now as well, but that motive's fresher than the, although maybe not. Yeah, it is. I don't know. We'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.